boys in the booth. Talking on the ball, you know we spitting the truth. Rub and fight hard, showing love for the game. Owls in the sky, play for more than the fame. Play sharp on the field, eager to rise. Please chance out, I see a devoted lives. Barnsley Bridge Warriors stand.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Sunday night roundup of all the football games from all of the leagues. So tonight we have four fantastic panellists on. We have a couple of panellists on from our League One. We've also got a two-team man who's also going to give us a bit of insight into a particular northern team that my team lost to today. We've got also a couple of absolutely top-notch Premier League pundits and Premier League fans on as well. So let's say evening to everybody. So John, how are we doing, mate?
Good, thank you.
Fabulous. But even better now that Newcastle scraped a win.
So.
Yeah. Okay. We've got our resident Liverpool fan, GH. How are we doing, kiddo?
Yeah, not too bad. Bad.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk a little bit about Liverpool at some point tonight. Thirdly, we've got our good old Arsenal pundit, Mersgoth. How are we doing, Arsenal?
Top of the league!
I am seriously looking forward to Thursday night. And
I'm not
rubbing it in massively, which will be great.
Begin to
and then we've got our all-round pundit. Really, we've got Turbo Tom on tonight from Wee Bonnie Scotland. How are we doing, Tom?
Carpet! I'm joking. Yes, I'm good. Can't wait to have a discussion regards all things the 92. Good show.
Fabulous, mate. Good to have you on. So, as we've said, tonight is about our Sunday roundup. We are in the process of changing the name. We've got a few names out there at the minute. If anybody follows me on TikTok or follows any of us on KB Terrace Talk X, you'll see that we have got a few little ideas for our Sunday show. So we're going to rename it. The options at the present time are Sunday Service, Football Edition, which is getting quite popular and a lot of people are liking that one. We've also got, come on, throw some at me, boys, I forgot. Weekend Whistle, that was one.
The Sunday Showdown.
The Sunday Showdown, yeah. I think the Sunday Roast was one as well. And Weekend Wavelength, I think that was one as well. So while we're talking tonight for the next hour, if anybody in the chat would like to post a suggested name, please keep it PG. Thank you very much. We are a family show. That would be absolutely fantastic. Before we start, we've got a few people popping their heads in already, saying hi. So we've got Bob Dude saying, evening, everyone. Looking forward to this podcast. We hope you enjoy it. We've got the Pep Empire. Not for long, City are coming, Mers. So, Carly's after you there, mate. We've got, presuming this is Lee, because it starts with United. Above Leeds and Forest. Shut your mouth. I'm going to block you tonight. United. Yeah, I'm definitely going to block you tonight. And then Pep Empire coming up with Newcastle United again. So as the show goes, as the show looks, and as the format is, there's four leagues to look at. We've got the Premier League, we've got the Championship, we've got League One, and we've got League Two. What normally happens is we start talking about a league. I'll publicize all of the scores, and then we kind of have a quick delve into each one. Conscious of an hour, so we'll try and keep it as sweet as possible. One thing I have done, and I'm hoping the guys have also taken it on board, is asking all of our pundits what their match of that particular league was of the week. And I think we're going to keep that as kind of an ongoing thing. So, obviously, with the Premier League, there'll be one match, and the guys will put the match between us. And same with League Championship, League One, League Two. So let's get straight into it, and let's start with the Premier League games. So, Premier League games went as follows, and the results on game week 7 were as follows. So I think it was Friday night. It was Bournemouth 3, Fulham 1. Fantastic win there for Bournemouth. And I actually watched the game and I thought Bournemouth were, particularly the second half, absolutely fantastic. We've got Leeds 1, Tottenham 2. Nice little win there for Tottenham, and 5 points on the predictions for me. Arsenal 2, the mighty Arsenal, which Mers is happy about, but they were only playing West Ham, so I would expect at least 2-0, if not more, but yeah, well done to them. We'll briefly rush over the Man United Sunderland, so Man United 2, Sunderland 0. Again, kind of should have expected it, really. Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1. Sorry, GH, but, it is what it is. You can't win them all, mate, or any recently. Wolves 1, Brighton 1, Villa 2, Burnley 1. So Villa are my underdogs for the season, and I think Villa are going to do all right. And a nice little 2-1 victory over Burnley there. Newcastle 2, Forest 0. We'll have a quick chat about that between me and John very, very shortly. Everton 2, Palace 1, which is a lovely, nice, another win for Everton with a late goal from Jack Grealish. Again, doing really well at Everton. And Brentford 0, Man City 1. Bit of a boring game for Man City for a change. So we'll have a look at the scores and we'll have a look at the individual teams very, very shortly. Just want to go around each one of you. What was your kind of game of the Premier League this weekend? So we'll start with you, John. Which was your main game this weekend? Which one did you enjoy the most?
Well, obviously, we'll talk about our game. I think my game of the weekend will be the Everton Palace result, 2-1 Everton.
2-1 Everton. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Why have you chosen that one, John?
They were on a 19-win streak, and Everton, I think on the Thursday night show, Grealish got a stick a couple of weeks ago, and it's just nice that I think it was Carl mentioning he doesn't suit the City way anymore. But he's moved to Everton. He's doing quite well for Everton because of the counter-attack way that they play. And I think he really does suit that Everton side. And I'm really happy he scored a goal again. He's doing really well for them.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, mate. I think it was a good win for Everton there. And it's encouraging Jack Grealish quite a lot. I think he's determined to try and get back in that England squad, definitely. Okay, over to you, Glory Hole. What was your game of the Prem this game, week 7?
Yeah, to be honest, I was going to say Everton as well because I can't believe it. Like I fully expected Everton to lose that one, even though they're the home team and they're the favourite. Palace has just been so good, and they even beat Liverpool, and that's not an easy thing to do. So,
you know about that, wouldn't you, Glory Hole? Just while I've got you on, then, Glory Hole, Chelsea Liverpool. What happened, mate?
We couldn't have played much worse if we tried. That's what happened. Chelsea had about 6 centre-backs out injured, and then another 2 got injured during the match, and we still couldn't beat them. It's embarrassing, honestly. I don't know what's going on.
So you obviously we're going to talk about it a lot more on the Thursday night show. So if anybody's logged in tonight, watching tonight, messaging us tonight, please make sure that you subscribe to all of our socials. They're floating along the bottom, so you'll see TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and X. And on there, you can then pre-subscribe to any of our shows. So we always schedule the shows so you know when they're coming up. So once you subscribe, you are hooked in and you'll get bombarded with our shows. But you've got to check in on our Thursday night show. Our Thursday night show is absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to take it away from any of our other shows, but full of banter. And we normally rip Glory Hole another one. So, yeah, it's fantastic. So we've got more ammo this week with Chelsea versus Liverpool.
I'm not available this week.
Moving on. Mers, what was your game of the Prem?
Mine would be the Chelsea-Liverpool game. It obviously was a kind of important game for both teams. Chelsea had come back from the fact that they lost the last 2 games and also got red cards in those games. And then obviously Liverpool losing last weekend and losing in the week as well. So it was kind of like a must-need win for both teams. And obviously Chelsea came out on top, and it was good game management in some ways from Maresca in that game, with all things considered, with some substitutions that he had to do.
No, I completely agree. I mean, I only saw the highlights of the Chelsea game, to be fair, I wish I'd sat and watched the whole game because it was pretty impressive. To be fair,
it was pretty entertaining. Yeah,
it was a very entertaining game. What about yourself then, Tom? What was your Premier League game of the week?
Well, I think there's been lots of good games. I am a little bit surprised that Manchester United beat Sunderland 2-0. Because I think Sunderland have been going great guns, to be honest with you. And I did actually back Man. I'm in a group, last man standing, blah blah blah. I did back Man United to win because I just think United at Old Trafford against Sunderland, surely something's going to break for Sunderland where they're going to not win and United are going to win. It was one of them weird things where who knows what's going to happen. So, yeah, I think United getting that 2-0 win is such a strange thing because I think they made Sunderland look average, which is quite incredible because United are pretty average, aren't they? So them beating them 2-0, as I said on last week's show, probably keeps them out of the relegation battle, to be honest with you. But not taking anything away from Sunderland, I think I would put my mortgage on United losing next weekend because Amarin has not won 2 games back to back.
Can I just stop there, Tom? I won't book it on for next weekend, mate.
They're playing you, mate.
Next week. I won't put your mortgage on next week. I'm sure it's international break, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The week after.
2 weeks. Week after. But bloody international break. It's shit, isn't it?
No.
Sorry. Language.
Family friendly.
Exactly.
Come on, PG.
Language. Apologies. But no, I think, you know what? It keeps Amarin in a job for the international break. So, yeah.
Which is probably more can be said than for my team and our loss against Newcastle. So obviously I'm going to talk about this at length probably on Thursday. I'm probably going to get badgered for it on Thursday. So I'm not going to go massively into it. However, I did watch the game and on face value, I think we were quite unlucky, to be fair. I think we played very well. We played very well defensively. We were doing pretty good on the counter-attack. We just couldn't finish anything. It was one of those where it's clearly they've been training a bit on the defence, and we've kind of did quite well on the defence. Morata at the back, great replacement for Murillo at the minute. I think a couple of decisions made by the referee, both for Newcastle and for Forest, I think that had a massive effect on the game. The referee didn't really have much control over the whole of the game. I think the Newcastle first goal, there was definitely a challenge on Morgan Gibbs-White, and it should have been pulled back for that. I think that's clear. And going off what Andrew's post-match press conference was all about, he was not happy at all. He was very scathing of quite a bit on that during that game. So I don't want to take anything away from the team. I think Forest performed really well. We couldn't finish anything, and I'm not at the end of the day, Newcastle beat us 2-0, and that's it. Simply as I can't take that away. But I feel as though a little bit of bad decisions by the referee on both sides caused that game to, particularly the first goal, to be scored. I don't know. What do you think, John?
No, I agree. I think we had a little chat after the match, and it was a very stop-start game, wasn't it? There was challenges here, niggles there, that he was just very quick to blow for a foul. And I just think sometimes you can see, just let the play on. You're not the main character here. Do you know what I mean? The first goal, I have watched it back. I think you'll have to have a closer look at it. He does win the ball, and VAR did check it, Phil. The Morgan Gibbs-White incident. And the penalty, what can I say? It was a bit of a sloppy challenge from an ex-Newcastle player, and what a finish. So, but I think what Sky was saying pre-match was I think he hasn't played a 3 back since he was in charge of Spurs, and it was quite a surprise that he went to a 3-back. And that was what I was going to say to you was, do you think your squad suits a 3-back, or do you think that's a real risk from Ange?
No, I think as we're playing under Ange and the way that Ange wants to play, I think a 3-back's all right. And I think we did relatively well as with that 3-back against Newcastle. And, you did come at us, and I think, we did pretty well to hold you off as much as we did. So I think it suits that style of play. But do I think that style of play suits all of the players and suits the team? No.
Okay.
But I don't want to dwell on it too much, because obviously we're going to be talking about it quite a bit probably later on in the week. So again, a little teaser there. No, I'm not happy, but I think, do I blame Ange on this one? I don't think so. I don't think I blame Ange at all on this one. So do I think he's the right manager? No. Anyway, my game of game week 7 was actually the Bournemouth-Fulham game. I thought it was a bit hit and miss the first half, but that second half was absolutely entertaining. It was end to end constantly. And like I say, apart from the 3-1, the goals that were scored, absolutely fantastic. And something that I know that's coming up on our Thursday show. I'm not going to give anything away, but there's something good coming up on our Thursday show. And one of those Bournemouth players are going to be featured, I think, quite a few times. So yeah, absolutely fantastic game that was, and I really enjoyed watching it. So
what I want to say, Phil, is obviously I do know a Bournemouth fan, believe it or not. Well done to Bournemouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are a club the size of a League 2 standard club, and they are mixing it up in the Premier League, and fair play to them. And that manager, how they keep hold of him, I have no idea. They've obviously got the best scouts. They've obviously got the best manager. I think probably one of the best managers in the league to be able to do what he's doing. Fair play to Bournemouth. So if there's any Bournemouth fans watching, well done.
Yeah, and also any Bournemouth fans that are watching, just drop us a line on either any of our socials, any of us individually, and just give us a shout, because we are trying to make a pool of different football clubs, particularly for this show, Premier League, Championship, League 1 and League 2 fans. So if there are anyone watching and you want to come on, no obligation for every week, but if you do want to come on, just drop us a message. We'll take your details and we'll add you to our pool of pundits.
Well, I was going to say real quick as well, Phil. Sorry, I know we need to move. What a way as well for Semenyo again to respond. I know it was a few weeks ago now to the racism stuff, but keep banging them goals in. What a way to kick racism in the bum. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, mate. And
too right, John. Too right.
What a player as well.
FPL as well. Come on.
Yeah, FPL gave me 18.
I don't have him in FPL. Well. I'm a loser.
Yeah, he gave me 18 this week, so I was very happy.
Yeah, very good.
My shock game was the Wolves Brighton. I know we've not spoken about it. We'll probably talk about it on Thursday when Dan's on. Shock result, Wolves Brighton. I mean, wow. I know it was a draw, but I think we all expected Brighton to deal with that one.
It has to happen at some point, Phil, doesn't it? You don't go through a season losing every week. It was going to happen. I think it was an own goal, wasn't it? Was it Van Brubbink that scored?
The goalkeeper,
scored the own goal.
Yeah.
But Wolves, I will put my mortgage on again. I keep putting my mortgage on things. They'll be gone.
You clearly don't want your house anymore, Tom.
I don't. It's absolutely
get rid of it.
We're joking. We're getting some carpets soon, but I mean,
A couple of quick comments that have come in before we move on to Championship then. So, obviously, Lee's on again. Is Šeško the most underrated former in the Premier?
Most definitely not.
About him
Most definitely not.
1-1, enough said about that.
Oh, he's not happy.
Not happy there. Sunderland better than Forest. All right, we'll talk about that on Thursday. Talking about the Shelleys, come on. Talking about the England squad. How does Henderson make it anywhere near the squad?
Because it's Henderson. He gets in all the time, no matter what.
I think the comment afterwards then says, and Grealish doesn't.
I think it's Jordan Henderson or The other Henderson.
Jordan, I think.
I think
It's
that'll
not
be
Dean
Jordan.
Henderson because he's not been picked. So
Yeah.
Is he not? All right. Okay.
Beating Chelsea at the Bridge, not for everyone.
All right.
Here's a talking point for you: England versus Germany in a final. Who does Thomas Tuchel cheer for?
Well, obviously England, because he's a new manager.
Funnily enough, I said that comment when Tuchel was announced as the England manager. I thought that was quite funny. Tom is now.
He doesn't even sing the national anthem, does he? Because he wants to earn England fans' respect or something.
I don't know. I have not got a clue. Gibbs White doesn't look interested since he signed contract under new manager. Again, we'll talk about that on Thursday. Gibbs White is pony, bottom end Prem. Hold on a minute. I am just going to stop a second. I'm sure at the beginning of the season when the whole Tottenham thing, we should get him. Man United will have the Gibbs White all day long. Sure, that's what he said. Šeško, player of the month for me. Of course he is, because you're a Man United.
He's so deluded.
I know. I've got who's Šeško? Yeah, who is he? Yeah, all that malarkey. Šeško is the Timu. Love it. Well done. Love Pep Empire. Love lines like that. Absolutely fantastic. Dan is here, lol. I'm heading home from the game. I'll talk more about it later in the week. Yeah, no, looking forward to it, Dan. Bit of a shower, but yeah, looking forward to your input on that. And we've got Jordan there when we're talking about Henderson. Okay, thanks for the comments so far. Any more comments, please fire them in. We've got loads of people watching now. Numbers are flying up, which is absolutely fantastic. So we are going to move on to the Championship League games now. So the scores were for game week 9 for the Championship were Wrexham 1, Birmingham 1. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry 5. Now, the match was stopped at about 10 minutes, I believe, because some of the Sheffield Wednesday fans decided to come on the pitch and protest against Chansari. So I think that automatically probably put some sort of pressure under Sheffield Wednesday as it was. But for Coventry then to come back and score 5 away as well at Hillsborough, that's pretty bad for Sheffield Wednesday, and I think it's looking very, very grim for them. We've got Blackburn 1, Stoke 1, Hull 1, Sheffield United 0. So another team down there at the bottom losing this weekend. Both the Sheffields losing. Portsmouth 1, Middlesbrough 0, which is a nice little win there for Portsmouth, because I know Middlesbrough have been doing all right. Derby 1, Southampton 1. Another draw there for Derby. I think they've drawn more than they've done anything else, really. I think they've got more.
They've drawn more than Setsko scored goals, Phil.
You know what, mate?
They've drawn more than Setsko scored goals.
That's very true, mate. Hit 2 with 1 there. I like that one. Bristol City 1, QPR 2. Watford 2, Oxford 1. Preston 2, Charlton 0. Charlton were doing quite well, but Preston obviously a bit better. Leicester beat Swansea 3-1 away, which was a nice win for Leicester there. Millwall 3, West Brom 0. And Ipswich 3, Norwich 1, which played, was it today? Yeah, 12 o'clock today, wasn't it? Was played.
Yeah.
So that's the roundup for game week 9 in the Championship. Anybody want to give me any kind of feedback on any games that they may have seen or may be interested in?
Tell you what, Southampton is so poor. Like, they should be challenging for the title, and they're near the bottom. Just proves that, it's not the easiest league in the world to come straight back up.
No, absolutely not, mate. I mean, with that 5-0 win, Coventry go top. This is what I was saying about Middlesbrough. Okay, yeah, Preston are 4th, but I would have expected a bit more from Middlesbrough. But like you say, I mean, Derby are quite low anyway. Derby are 20th. Southampton are 17th.
That's crazy.
And I think, they've got the same amount of games to play. I thought Derby might have one in advance. But, I think I agree with you, Gloriole. I think Southampton going from a top side last season to now fighting at the bottom of the Championship. I think that's quite worrying for Southampton, really.
What I would say about the Championship this season, obviously Southampton have got Will Still in charge, the football manager prodigy. Did really well in was it
France,
Ream or whatever.
Yeah.
and he speaks multiple languages: Belgian, French, English, Jamaican. I don't know, right? But I will say this right now: the Championship this season is the worst I've seen it. To be honest with you, it is the most competitive league in the world, in my opinion. And I'll tell you something now about Coventry. If they mess this up this season, because Coventry are in the driving seat, right? Frank Lampard, love him or hate him, great footballer, questionable manager, right? He's doing stuff with Coventry. 5-0 away at Sheffield Wednesday. Yes, we know Wednesday were in turmoil, but still, to win 5-0 away from home is pretty impressive. And I believe they're top. Even Stoke City, who have been languishing down the bottom end of the table for God knows how many years now, are up there. Along with, who's the other one?
Middlesbrough. Leicester's up there again.
Leicester, they are going to get a points deduction, I might add.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah.
But Leicester are up there still. It's such a weak division, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Ipswich are doing great as well. Bob Dude's put in Ipswich's second goal was a cracker.
Yeah, it was.
Wow, and it's good they finally beat Norwich. I think it's been a very long time since they last
15 years, I believe.
15 years, wow. 15 years.
I just want to quickly mention about Hull, Sheffield United. I mean, I know they've gone back to Wilder, but that's a good result for Hull, mind, because they just seem to be both Sheffield clubs seem to be in a. I know we're going to go into Rotherham next. So South Yorkshire clubs, apart from two clubs, are doing pretty rubbish. But that's a great result for Hull because they've not been doing great things in the league at the minute. So a 1-0, I know it's only a 1-0, but Chris Wilder back, you'd have thought results would have been started picking up, but they've only won 1-0. I think it was Oxford, wasn't it, the other week, and then they've lost again. So it's still a bit hit and miss with him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. A lot of comments are coming back in the chat from Coventry. A lot of support for Coventry there. Loving the Coventry. We've got Coventry are unreal. Cov, Rotherham Gaming stuck on Cov there, which is a nice little one. And again, that Ipswich game, being the key. Is there any game that you want to kind of else that you might want to pick out? What about you, Mers? Have you got anything?
I mean, not in particular because I don't really watch anything outside of the Prem, but looking up things within the Championship, the one thing I've got to say about Coventry right now, scored 27 goals after 9 games. At the moment, the highest scoring season is 106 goals, which was Fulham. About 4 years ago. Could this Coventry potentially beat that 106 goal tally? Because obviously, if you go in by what the current tally is, so not quite at the quarter of the stage point of the season, you times 27 by 4, that's already 108 right there. So they're on course to smash it. Then top goal scorer as well, Mitrovic got 43. Right at the moment has got 8. Whether or not he beats that, probably questionable. But could Coventry beat that 106? What do you guys think?
Definitely.
I'd say
possible.
Very likely at the rate they're going. Yeah.
I put it down as my goal, my game of the Championship, and like I said, I didn't watch it, but I did see some of the highlights.
Yeah.
I think that it's been published the highlights quite a lot purely because of that first 10 minutes, but I think they're going to be a force to reckon with, and I think there's going to be a lot of, if they do that, and obviously they come up into the Prem next season, I think there's going to be quite a shift at Coventry. I think not necessarily with the manager. I think the manager will stay put and doing what he's doing, but I think there could be some big names. Some of those players, those high score players, could be coming to other Premier League teams and vice versa. So I think it's good for Coventry. I think it's very good for Coventry.
Phil, what I will say is I've messaged my mate and he may be watching now. Mark Jones, you're a massive Coventry fan. You're the biggest Coventry fan I've ever met, right? I've not met many. Get yourself on here, pal, because I tell you what, your team is in for a good season, pal.
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks for that, Tom. Yeah, so Mark Jones, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, if you are watching, mate, drop us a message either on here if you want to drop us a message on one of our socials. Reach out to any of us. Reach out to anybody that's on KB Terrace Talk. It will get back to me at some point. And yeah, we'll add you to our pool of fans. It will be fantastic to get you on, mate. So if you are watching, or if anybody's watching that knows Mark or wants to be involved themselves, stick your hand up and give us a shout. Just a couple more messages before we move on to League One. KB Terrace Talk, that's obviously Lee again. Please note, this is not me writing this. I know I've got my beef with my Derby fans.
Come on now, Phil.
It is not me. My hands are here, like Bushy says about Rotherham Gaming not being him. My hands are here. It was not me that put this. Not saying that I don't agree with it, but sheep shagging Derby are going down. I have a bet with somebody. Okay, I actually have a bet with the Derby fan. So there's, of all the Derby fans that there is, and, there's only two in this world that I pretty much stand, who I know. One is an old work colleague who I used to work with, and I've been interacting with quite a lot, trying to get him on as a Derby fan because I can stand him just about. And then the other one is one of my connected to my business now. He's one of my wholesalers. He's a Derby fan, and I've actually got a bet with him, a £50 bet at the minute, that Derby get relegated. And I'm in line for that £50 at the minute. So whilst I don't condone the term sheep shagging Derby are going down, they are, and I don't like Derby. And then the final comment on this: don't write off Wrexham for promotion.
No, come on.
They're drawing games or losing games a lot at the moment.
Back to Disneyland.
I'll agree with you, Mers. I think the bubbles burst. I'm not taking it away from them. They've done fantastic over the last 4 seasons. They've done absolutely amazing. But I think the bubbles burst now for Wrexham. I think they'll stay. I don't think they'll get relegated. I think they'll stay in the Championship for at least another season. But yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, moving on then over to our League One games. So League One was very interesting this week. Some very interesting results for game week 11 on week 1. Although Rotherham versus Bradford, that was Rotherham's game week 10, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because was it earlier on in the week?
Thursday.
Thursday.
So it was although it was Bradford's game week 11, it was Rotherham's game week 10.
How does that make sense?
So we're owed a game, GH.
Because they're owed a game. Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I mean. So they'd only played 10, so they were 1 behind. So it was a Rotherham 2, Bradford City 2. Interesting game. And I know we've had Miller's Monday, and the guys have been talking a little bit about that, and they had the Bradford fan on, which was lovely to watch. We got Doncaster 1, Burton 1. I think that was a little bit of a shocker, really. So Burton haven't been doing that well, really. Wickham 2, Barnsley 2. And again, the boys... with that one on the old Barnsley. Huddersfield 1, Stockport 2. So Stockport smashing it again. Stevenage 2, Luton 0. So again, another cracking win there for Stevenage. I think they're doing quite well. Lincoln 0, Exeter 1. So Exeter pipping them to the post there with 1. Plymouth 1, Wigan 1. So a ball draw for Port Vale and Northampton, which is promising for Rotherham. You've got Northampton next, haven't you?
Yes.
Coming up.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Blackpool 0, Wimbledon 2. I think there's a bit of fracas going off at Blackpool at the minute.
Well, just
Reading
on that quick.
Say again, John. Sorry.
No, just on that. Obviously, at the end of that game, Brucey got sacked. So
yes. That's what I mean about the fracas. I was going to come
on. Sorry.
It's all right, mate. Spoil the fun. Spoil me fun. Take me fire. Reading 1, Mansfield 1. So a bit of a draw there, considering Mansfield are coming off the bounce of a win or a couple of wins at least. Bolton 2, Peterborough 1. And my pick of the League One was Cardiff 4, Leyton Orient 3.
Oh wow!
Now I've got the Leyton Orient fans, should I say, have got a bit of beef with me. So for anybody that doesn't know, at the start of the season, we did our predictions about who was going up, who was going down. And I made the very brash thought that Leyton Orient were going to go down. I got a lot of beef for that because obviously the previous season, Leyton Orient lost out in the playoffs, didn't they? They were in the playoffs, but they didn't quite get to where they needed to be. And so I got a lot of beef from the Leyton Orient fans saying that, it's just clickbait what you're doing, just clickbait. And I actually said, no, what it is, me looking at their transfers, me looking at their overall performance, me looking at everything and thinking that they were a bit stagnant. And that they've not really done much in regards. They've done some transfers, but nothing compared to a lot of the other teams that were in League One. And I felt they were a bit stagnant. Turns out that I wasn't half wrong on that one. So, sorry, Leyton Orient fans, but I don't like to say it, but told you so. Simple as. So, yeah, that was my game of the League One, which was Cardiff 4, Leyton Orient 3 match. What did everyone else think? John?
Good evening.
Hello. I know you've had your chat about Rotherham, but for anyone that's not been watching Miller's Monday and living under a rock, what's your views on the Rotherham 2 Bradford 2 match?
So, we'll be discussing it tomorrow on Monday Night Millers with our wonderful host Lee Bush is back in the country from Mablethorpe.
Yeah.
Tune in at 8 o'clock tomorrow. 2-2, let's move on. What I would say, though, is on Leyton Orient, if you are watching, we're due to play you on the 18th at home. If you would like to come on to Monday Night Millers and have a chat with us, you're more than welcome. So get in touch with myself or King Bush or Tom on socials. We'd love to have some more fans on Monday Night Millers chatting about League One.
Absolutely, and if I know there's a Leyton Orient fan on there, I might even just poke my head on for 5 minutes and just. But thanks for that, John. Yeah. Any other standout matches for you in the League One, John?
I think the good result there's a few results. We shouldn't be looking at results helping us. Let's put it that way. And I said this in the group chat the other day. I don't like this whole where we're all right, Burton have drawn. I hate that philosophy. But I think the Cardiff was a shocker. That was a good result. But this league's so open, and I just look at this league and I look at the teams we've played and going to play, and I think we should be up there. Like it's really annoying that we're 23rd now, and we've not played good apart from Cardiff. We've not played good teams, and I think if we can kick on now, we might be all right. Hopefully, touch wood, touch GH's head.
I think what Tom was saying about the Championship being a bit of a boring, non-existent league. I think League One's, if not overtaken it as a bit of a boring league this season. There's
a lot of like draws and stuff as well, which is like you look at the results, lots of 2-2s. Like I say, all the local teams. No offense, Doncaster, you were singing like you're going to win the World Cup since you beat us 1-0 at home. Where's your Caravans now? That's all I'm going to say. But I'll let Tom talk. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I agree with what John's saying. I think as one of our podcast members, Scott, said, this league is absolutely atrocious and we're in the relegation zone. That game against Bradford, I feel for you, Phil, because we were playing handball and we somehow went up 2-0. Playing this like high line.
I mean, you can have Ange if you want him. You can have him if you want him.
No.
Well, you know what? My wife's a Celtic fan and she loves Ange and all that sort of stuff. But bloody hell, we were playing on the halfway line. That League One is atrocious. And I tell you what, if we'd have lost that game, Mr. Hamshaw would have been sacked. However, he's not. He's survived. And we're still in. But that league. But what I will say, and a shout out to any Stevenage fans that might be watching this, congratulations on being top of the league, because your gaffer, Mr. Ravel, who is a legend of ours, is doing great things. And you know what? I'm so chuffed for all the fans of Stevenage. I really am, because
you say that with a bit more passion, Tom.
That's how bad this league is. Stevenage Borough atop of League One.
Can I just say one thing though? Okay, so you're saying that obviously we were 2-0 up, and then we lost that kind of lead and everything. Bradford City are second.
Yes, but
it makes no odds. It makes.
We were 2-0 up at home.
You're at the bottom of the league, and you're getting a draw. If you're in the Premiership and actually you're at the bottom of the league and you're playing against somebody at the top of the league and you get a draw, that's amazing. Really.
No, Phil.
No.
Phil, that's bait.
They're not happy.
That is bait.
I'm just trying to.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
No.
It's a fact.
It's
No.
bait. Of course it's bait. Bradford is shit.
I'll tell you what. We'll snip that. We'll cut that and we'll get that as a short. Because I think
No.
I know
there's no way that I was trying to get any bait from that. I just had a
Really,
quick
man?
look and I thought, where's Bradford? And they're second in the league, mate.
No.
Well, yeah, no, but they are. But they are.
You drew
but-
with second in the league when you're what 20.
Here, let me ask you a question then, Phil. If Forest are beating Arsenal 2-0 at home, and you go on and draw 2-2 from really crap defending, like horrific defending, like my boy, 1-year-old boy could defend better, quite frankly. How would you honestly feel?
I would be annoyed, but I would be satisfied that they didn't get a third against us. If
but a draw, you 2-0 up.
I would then question Arsenal's ability to get past such a bad defence.
I mean, you're talking about Forest winning and then playing shit defending. Isn't that what
I'm not putting this one. Don't bait me. Just 'cause I've baited these three.
Isn't that currently what they are experiencing right now with Ange?
No, but I'm trying to. You're saying it's acceptable to draw at home. To draw at home, no.
When it's 2-0 up.
It is when you are. Listen. It is when you are 20-something in the league, and the team that you are playing are second in the league. That are clearly doing something. What they've done, won 7. So out of 11, they've won 7 games. So they must be doing something right at Bradford. You can criticise them. Oh, it's Bradford City. You can do whatever you want, but they're second in the league. You're not. So what I'm saying, the fact that you are getting 2-2 against somebody who's second. I'm not taking away that your defence was terrible and you let 2 goals in that half or whatever. What I'm trying to explain is that actually in the big picture of it all, I know you're having a bad run of games and everything, but the big picture of it all, you are lower league in League One, they are higher league in League One, and you are drawing with them.
Phil. So you're saying that we should be thankful?
No.
With Bradford.
I'm saying that you shouldn't be so critical.
Come on.
Of everything.
But hang on, one last point, right?
How come I come on Miller's Monday and argue this? Because
hang on, one last point. Our chairman thinks we're a Premier League team.
Well, your chairman's living in Cloud Cuckoo land.
Well,
exactly.
That's just
so. But drawing to second in the league, 2-0 up at home, live on. It was always going to happen as well. We were always going to pull a result live on Sky. By the way, always. I absolutely was nailed on to happen on Thursday.
I mean, I've just had to check the legs on my chair. Actually, that you said that Rotherham were live on Sky. That's just a mere miracle in itself.
They were.
Your chairman should be thankful. You're 1 point closer towards that Premier League.
Oh, fuck off.
Listen, I'm sure you guys are going to talk at this at length on Miller's Monday. So, guys, anybody that's watching now that doesn't log on to Miller's Monday, please make sure you watch Miller's Monday. Just watch it for the pure fun that Tom's going to lose his head when the Bradford City fan comes on and goes, "Well, it's all right. We're second. You're 20-something."
Yeah. And then I'll reach through the screen and strangle him. But anyway, I want to say, Phil, quickly, to keep Mers and Glory Hole in, I've changed my opinion. I think Arsenal win the Premier League.
Oh, God.
No.
Well, I've actually changed mine from Liverpool. I think Man City will do it this season. I think Man City.
Well, there you go.
I've lost respect to all of you now. No.
See you later, GH. Thanks for coming on.
3 losses in a row.
A couple of comments on what's come through. Gonna ring airport, tell them to do a deep cavity search on King. On King Bush. Love that one, Pep Empire. Thank you very much. Obviously, King Bush has been on talking about Bib Boy. It's over for Bib Boy. Bib Boy out. Very, very, very strong words about Rotherham. Anybody else? Mers, you got anything to say about League One? Anything else interesting on there? Anything more to mind, Tom? Or
Wimbledon seem to be going on a nice little run at the moment, climbing the table.
Yeah,
and that's the issue. Wimbledon, fucking Wimbledon.
But John, look at it, right? So you've got Bradford City, they've won 7. Cardiff have won 7. Lincoln City, although they lost, they won 6. Wimbledon have won 7, and Huddersfield have won 6. Let's have a look at Rotherham. Rotherham won 2. It's all about winning games, isn't it? You know, I'm a fine one to talk. I'm a Forest fan. You know, I'm in a similar situation to you guys. Not quite as bad because we're not in the relegation zone, but you know. But yeah, I think you just need to have a word with your players, mate, and just get them scoring some goals and get them winning. Don't know what's the problem.
Or the manager.
Or the manager, yeah. Don't worry, boys. We're in the same position. We've got Ange. So, you know, we're in the same position, mate. It is what it is.
We've got Matt from Rotherham.
Matt from Rotherham. Gloria, you got anything that you would like to add to it?
What I will say is, one thing I do know is Plymouth have, obviously, they started the season terribly, and currently they're like mid-table or something, I think. So, you know, they're slowly beginning to pick up results. So that's something for them. They're doing a bit better than they were previously.
Are you down in Plymouth, Glory Hole?
No.
No. All right.
That was cut short. There you go, Tom. Great bants there, Glory Hole. Great bants. Bob Dude, so obviously our favourite Brighton fan. Finally, almost back at the Amex. Feels like I've been on this coach for an eternity. Really enjoying the show. Love hearing about how teams in other leagues are getting.
Can I ask him a question, actually?
You
can ask him a question, right? Does the Amex Stadium accept American Express?
Fucking hell.
Please reply. Because nowhere I've ever been accepts American Express.
Funny you should say that, Tom. So I advertise a lot of my stuff for my business online, so people can buy some of my stuff online. But my online platform won't let people buy on Amex or American Express or any of that lot. But then I've got another channel that does allow it. So yeah, my for some reason my webpage won't accept it either. So I think it's an international thing. I think there's lots of fraud that goes on it or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dan, if you are on, let us know. What does the Amex Stadium accept Amex
American Express?
American Express payments. That would be great. Let us know. Right, okay. Let's move on to our final league. If nobody else has got anything to add on to that one, we are going to move on to League 2. So the League 2 games went as follows. Down at the bottom, it is also their game week 11. Some interesting games, and again, it seems to be quite an interesting League 2. I think I might have to start watching some of these matches. So we've got Milton Keynes 3, Gillingham 2, Newport 0, Swindon 1. We've got Barnet 2, Accrington 0. The Harrogate Crewe game got postponed due to adverse weather conditions. That's now going to be played on Monday, the 6th, so tomorrow. Notts County, the mighty county, 3, Oldham 1. At I should know the stadium. I've completely forgotten now.
Meadow Thingy Lane.
Meadow Lane, that's the one. Meadow Lane. Cheltenham 2, Fleetwood 0. Salford 0, Grimsby 2. Barrow 0, Shrewsbury 0. Cambridge 3, Crawley 1.
Ooh.
Cambridge doing quite well there. Bromley 3, Tranmere 3. That's a nice little draw there. And my personal favourite, and I kind of feel for this team a little bit because they are doing quite well and they are a good team, but Colchester 6,
ooh,
wow.
Chesterfield 2.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was my game of the league. I didn't see it. I've not seen any highlights from it, but I know that obviously we've talked about Chesterfield before, and Chesterfield have been doing quite well, I believe.
Didn't they have a massive result the other week as well?
Yeah,
they had a big scoreline the other week, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
So what I'm hearing right now is Rotherham should take some
Oh,
information off of Colchester on how to beat upper league.
Mers, I'll give you an open invite right now, Mers Goff. I've got a season ticket at Rotherham. You come up for Leyton Orient. Come on this show on Monday Night Millers and tell us how good it was then. Yeah, open invite, Mers Goff.
The best.
You can stay You can stay at my house, no problem. Open invite right now.
So if we're looking at that, just what Mers has said there. So Colchester are currently in 19th position. Okay, so they're down there at the bottom. Chesterfield are now in 8th, but they are in joint 8th with Cambridge and Milton Keynes. So obviously they're 6th and 5th.
Sophia.
6th and 7th based on goal difference. So Chesterfield are sat there on 8th place on 18 points.
They would have been 6th.
They would have been 6th, yeah. Colchester are down in 19th place. So, I mean, that's not too far different from the Rotherham Bradford kind of thing. So, be grateful
anyway,
that, you were at Chesterfield and getting smashed 6-2 by Colchester.
That's where we'll be next season.
Oh, I know what you're doing, Phil. Right.
Damn.
Listen
again.
Listen. Right. I'm not going to go back into League One. I'm going to speak about League Two here, right? Okay.
Well, thank you, Tom.
Okay, I'm going to speak about League Two. The thing that I am going to say, and I'm a Rotherham fan, as is John. Paul Warne with his MK Dons team, that victory against Gillingham is massive for them.
Yeah.
Was that away, Phil?
No, they're at home.
They're at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay.
So they're sat in 6th at the minute.
Yeah. Paul Warne, being Paul Warne, will get that team promoted. He will. I mean, he's done it with us. He did it with Derby. He'll do it with them. They've had a slow start. It'll come together. MK Dons will end up in the top 3 because 4 go up, don't they? So he will get them up. League 2 is a basket case of a league because I think there's no difference between the bottom end of League 1, League 2, and the National League. Personally, I think it's all about organisation, planning, all that sort of stuff.
So you think the ability is the same? Is that what you're saying?
Effectively, yes, I do. Okay. I do.
So, essentially, you're calling yourself.
I knew it.
League 1, League 2.
No,
No, they're calling themselves a Conference League team.
That's what I thought. I thought they were calling themselves the same category.
Hang on, there's no we here. This is Tom.
You deserve to be sat in 20 whatever you are then.
There's a caveat here, right? As the King Bush would say, we have a half decent manager, right? We get promoted out of League One to the Championship, and I fully agree with that. At the minute, I'm sorry, I'm going about League One again. We are being governed by some clueless bloke. Have you ever seen what's that? I'm watching Matt Hamshaw's interviews. And it's like his eyes are glazed over, like he's some sort of fucking robot or being took over by somebody.
He's always got. I must say, he's always got a smirk on his face, like he knows something that you don't fucking know.
Yeah,
that is shit.
Everything's fine.
But we know that. That's the problem. We all know that.
Anyway,
honestly,
we can talk about that tomorrow, Tom. We can talk about that tomorrow.
Days, right. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. No. So, just going back to what you were saying, so out of about 70 teams, you sat in 20, whatever you sat in, of the 70
23rd.
teams over the 3 leagues that you're associating yourself with, you're actually doing pretty well. You're in the top third. So I'd be happy with that, guys.
Always the pessimist. Always the positive there, Phil. Always.
You've got to make a positive out of life, mate. It's got to be done. So out of the other League 2 games, anything else? I mean, I've got to give a shout out to Notts County. Well done for them for winning 3-1 at Meadow Lane against Oldham. That's put in now Notts County 9th. in the league, which is just obviously out of the playoffs area. So I think they might make playoffs this season, which is quite nice. Dropping Oldham down into mid-table, which is again, it is what it is. People have got to win, people have got to lose. So a big shout out to Notts County for that win there. So happy with that. What about anybody else?
Cheltenham managed to get out of the relegation zone.
Cheltenham managed to drop out, yeah.
I'm liking
Steve Cotterill. Was he? Did he come and manage them this weekend or something? Or am I imagining that?
Possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, Steve Cotterill. Yeah.
Yeah, they got one of their old managers back.
Yeah, they did. He's not managed for a few years. He's come back and he's won, and he was.
Oh wow, that's good.
He was happy about that. Obviously, why would he be sad? But I mean, but yeah, do you know what? League Two is a basket case of a league. I would say it's more competitive this year than League One and the Championship, to be honest with you. And the Premier League is dog shit at the minute.
It's only crap because Arsenal are top.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I think with the Premier League,
it should be banned.
I think with the Premier League, I think it's just you can't predict the scores each week. I'm finding it very difficult where you might think, like for instance, Liverpool, you might think, Liverpool are going to smash that. And actually, they come away with a draw or they don't quite get it, And same with some of the other bigger teams. You just think, like the Man City game, I thought Man City were going to slap 3 home easily. And they got one. It's a bit, And Everton coming out and smashing the goals and smashing the games, it's just very unpredictable.
Do you know what that is, though, with the Premiers? It's because it's super competitive now because of all the clubs having the money to be able to go out and buy players from other leagues as well. Like the amount of talent that we buy from the likes of Ligue 1, Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga and everything like that makes you teams like your Crystal Palace, your Bournemouths and everything competitive.
Yeah. No, I agree, mate. I agree. A few comments that have come in. We've got Rotherham Gaming said Colchester. I think they were happy with that. Dan's come back. Yeah, indeed it does. All cards are accepted. Never heard anyone have a problem. And Scott Kent has shouted up. Thanks for messaging. I think that's the first time I've seen Scott Kent message. We've Oldham on Tuesday in the Poppadom Cup. So County doing them easy enough gives us hope. Yeah, absolutely.
So Scott's one of our newest Monday Night Millers.
Oh, is he? Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, fabulous. Nice to have you watching the other shows as well, Scott. So thank you very much for messaging in and thank you very much for watching as well. Just while we were talking very, very briefly about Rotherham, obviously Blackpool have just got rid of Mr. Bruce. What's your thoughts, boys? Particularly,
I'm so happy. I'm only happy because of my Newcastle days with that cabbage face. So he shouldn't be in football. Like Matt Hamshaw shouldn't be at Rotherham. Steve Bruce will get a job somewhere because that's what Steve Bruce his agent will do some magic hoodoo cabbage soup trick, and he'll get a job.
Would you would you have him at Rotherham?
No.
Oh
no, not at all.
But consider what he's done in his career.
No,
Tom,
he's been at some big clubs.
Yes, I would have them at Rotherham.
Okay. Just an interesting one. Obviously, I'm looking through your league and I'm thinking, right, who's in trouble manager-wise? Who's there? Who's available? What managers are available that have been around that league and understand that league, as per se? And who's available? And obviously, you guys have talked about different managers. Let's have Warren back. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do the other. Now Bruce is in the picture. John's a categoric no, and I think that's something to do with your Newcastle days and so on and so forth. But Tom's very much a yes.
I don't think he would come because of the budget, but we can discuss that tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think Bruce. I think I would take Bruce here. What we've got now wouldn't be my first choice. However, he has done bits in the past. That's all.
Wouldn't be my first choice, but I'd take him.
Exactly. I want Artell, Ravel, Warnock. They're the boys I want.
Neil Warnock.
Yeah, we've had him before. GH. We've had him before.
All right.
So, you know.
I'm losing brain cells. Help.
Okay, I'm looking forward to Monday Millers. So anybody that's watching, please make sure you log in and watch Monday Millers at 8 o'clock on Monday and see
Indeed.
John debate whether they.
I'm not on it.
Oh, John's not even on it. Oh, John.
No.
Just a quick one for my Premier League fans. No doubt we're going to talk about it again on Thursday. Who do you think's the next manager to go? Do you think they'll get rid of Ange? Do you think
Amarin.
Go in or what?
I think it's going to be Ange.
You reckon Ange, yeah?
No.
There's supposedly going to be some talks between him and.
So, yeah, allegedly Ange is going in for a meeting during the international break. I think if it's going to happen, it will happen next week. So maybe before Thursday's game, if we do hear anything.
That's too soon.
I think it's too soon, but you know what Marinakis is like?
I would say give him a bit longer. It's going to be Amarin if anyone's going to get sacked.
What I look at is Man United are supposed to be the biggest team in the world, blah, 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 right? If Amarin has managed to keep hold of his job for as long as he has, performing the way that he has, why shouldn't Ange keep his job?
That's a very fair comment. I agree with that. Actually.
I think that's because at the moment, Amarin's at least managing to pick up points every other game. Whereas right now,
is he?
Ange hasn't won a single game.
How many games has Ange had? Three games?
Seven.
This was his 7th game, so he's 007.
And the problem is you're close to that drop zone, and Marinakis obviously want to stay in the Prem.
So that's what I was going to cover, Mers. I think what the actual case is that Marinakis has got a backbone, and yes, he might be, quick snap happy, but he's got a backbone. Whereas the directors and the chairman at chair people at Man United don't have a backbone.
But you didn't lose. Well, you didn't lose in the Europa League the other night. I know that's not the Premier League. Well, you did lose.
Yeah, they did.
No. The one before.
Yeah, the Real Betis game.
Yeah,
Real Betis game we drew.
And then you drew against. That was before. But yeah.
Clutching at straws though, but still very early in his reign at Forest. Very
absolutely.
Early.
But what I'm saying is, Marinakis has got a backbone. He's not afraid to get rid of you if he doesn't think.
You'll have Potter next, Phil.
No, we won't have Potter.
Steve Bruce.
No,
you'll have Bruce.
I believe the latest that's been shouted around was Sean Dyche. I don't want him, and the reason why I think Sean Dyche actually lives in Nottingham, or has got a house in Nottingham at least.
Yeah,
and I know he's got a lot of connections with the Nottingham area and stuff like that.
He's with Chesterfield, isn't he?
Yeah. I also there's a few other names that have been floating around. I don't think Dyche is the man. I think there's other better managers that we could get. Southgate definitely no, but Southgate was lined up with Man United, and that's fallen on deaf ears now. But who knows?
Potter, get Potter.
I'd hold out. I'd hold out for
What about
that's the only thing.
What about Xavi?
They're not going to get a big name manager. GH, don't be ridiculous right now.
Eric Ten Hag.
Oh god. Anyway, I'm sure you're going to cover that on Thursday, Phil.
We will cover that on Thursday, absolutely. So I want to say thank you first to John, Glory Hole, Mersgoth, and Turbo Tom for being on tonight and sharing their views of all the leagues with us this evening and spending their Sunday evening looking at my ugly mug. I want to thank everybody in the comments that have commented tonight. There's been a few more. Hutcho's decided to come on as well. He's put on noob. KB Terrace, yes, I'd take him at Rotherham. So he agrees with the Steve Bruce thing. So that's bushy, I think. Scott, Lee Grant at Huddersfield will be the next manager.
That's a right shout, that.
He's saying Lee Grant at Huddersfield will be going next. That's a good shout. I'd take the trolley boy at Tesco over Hammy. Thanks for that, Bushy. We know your views on Hammy. We also know your hatred for Forest. So, Ange gone, emergency meeting, staff being told he's going. Yeah, valid source. Let's make sure we get a valid source on that. I hear things quite quick as well, so we'll see. I've not heard anything yet, but we'll see. And then finally from the Pep Empire, they should go for Slot. I think that's
Slot.
Arnie Slot, yeah.
No chance. No chance.
No, I genuinely, I would keep hold of Ange for a little bit longer, maybe hold out for a thought and maybe some money involved with Glasnost or Iriola, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, that's a shout.
That's what I would do. But
one last thing, Phil.
Yes, one last word from Tom before we go.
I think it's something we'll cover at some point. How good are Hearts of Midlothian? They are top of the SPL, undefeated. They are splitting the SPL up, mixing it right up.
Absolutely. I've had a few comments come to me on some of my socials. Are you going to talk about some of the Scottish sides? Would really be interested in that. So I think we might have to do some sort of special feature and look at the Scottish side as well, because I have heard they're, like you said, was it Celtic and Hearts, did you say? Or
Hearts are top of the league. Celtic are second, and Rangers about ninth.
Yeah, so Rangers aren't doing what Rangers usually do. So I think maybe we should look at a preview and also consider some Scottish sides as well. So might be something that we're going to look at in the next few weeks. But thanks for that, Tom. Yeah. Absolutely. No, anything from anybody else?
Just one last thing. One last thing. I've dug deep into my labyrinth of shirts that I own, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
And this is just one for GH. Just Chelsea!
Hey! Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for that, John.
Chelsea.
Oh, you've made Glory Hell's head go.
I haven't got a Liverpool shirt near me. Oh.
John, you are an absolute beaut. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for tonight's show. Thank you for all logging in. I want to thank everybody for all your messages. Again, like I said before, we are trying to get a pool of different fans from different leagues, from different clubs. Drop us a message either on any of our shows. Drop us a message on any of our socials. Give us a heads up if you are interested in joining us on any of our shows, particularly this one, because let's face it, this is the best show on KB Terrace Talk. Hey, I knew I'd get that from the Millers Monday lot. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, and good night. Ta-ra!
See you later.
Boys, all best.